Hello.
Hello, teacher.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, teacher, very well.
Okay, thank you. So I want to send you to practice your speaking skill. Do you know tongue twister?
No.
You don't know tongue twister? And then, by the way, I have already sent to you one of the how should I say that, one of the files. Did you see that? Hello. Hello, Lamin, Sule, Uncle, Nicho, Elvin, Yanzo, Nicho.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, yeah, I can hear you very well.
Okay, yesterday night I sent you a file that, did you open that one?
Che, I didn't even realize that you sent a file, Che.
Oh,
Wait, let me check.
okay. Right, so now,
Yeah, Che. I've watched it, Che, yes.
okay. So Sule, Lynn, Elvin, did you check that one?
Yes, yeah, I saw it, but I don't know what to do with that. That's why.
Yeah, of course it is, because there is no instruction I sent it, right? Because I want to that's why, but I want you to be familiar. Okay. Have you ever watched the video, or have you ever watched the movie about the Trojan, the horse?
No.
No, you have never watched it?
Me too, Chair.
So you mean that you don't know about that movie?
Yes, yeah, I don't know what is that about.
Oh, okay. Is anyone who has watched that movie?
Yes, Che. I've also read about it before, Che.
Okay, yes. Okay, great. Yes.
I don't really
How about
remember the
you?
specific details though, Che. Only the battle strategy.
Okay, yes, no problem. Only just I just want to know, is that are you familiar with that one or not? Okay, how about Sule?
Yes, Chair, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yes.
I can.
Yes.
Have you ever watched that movie or a book? Not yet.
No, Chair,
Sorry?
I haven't been know about that. And here I have not heard about the horse, Chair. This is the first time that I know about
Oh
that.
my God. Of course it is. Thanks God, that's it, your new knowledge, right? Okay, so can you, right, so now let's make the sentences about that one. Let's discuss about that. Okay, so while I am opening the file, right? Please look at the picture, and then there are some questions we are going to discuss. Okay, so what I want you to do is, can you do a Google search about the Trojan horse, right? So type in the Google the Trojan horse, and after that there will be, maybe I think you will see some of the description about that or some of the explanation about that. What is this about? Okay, please look for some information about that. Akon, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, so did you catch what I mean?
Yes.
What I asked you to do, your friend, please. Can you tell me?
To look it up on Google about the Trojan horse.
That. Let's look for some information about that. Okay, Taka, that's great. You're just in time. And then Lolo as well. Your friends is looking for about the Trojan horse.
Yeah, I think you better turn off your camera. We can't hear you really well.
Che, you're really
You
laggy.
turn off what?
Che, you are very laggy, Che. Your voice
Really?
is cracking, Che. Yes, yeah. a lot.
Okay, you should try turning off your camera, Che. Yeah.
Yeah, Che.
So how about now? Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Che, it's a
very
bit
well,
better
Che.
now, Che.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Thanks for your advice. Oh, I'm sorry that you cannot see my lovely face today. Neto is smiling. Neto is smiling. Okay. So do you know what I mean? What you have to do?
Che, as much as I heard, Che, you said you would give us questions to talk about the horse or something like that, Che. And to
No.
discuss it in a, no?
Yeah, okay. The first one, what I want you to do is please look for some information about the Trojan horse in Google.
Che, the Trojan horse is like a battle strategy.
Yeah, of
To
course.
invade Troy, the enemy side, they decided to surrender and like make peace, but actually and give them a horse, a horse statue that was made out of wood and wood planks that were taken from the ships, and
Okay.
they put many soldiers and assassins there, like and sent it to the city, inside Troy, and at night, they came out of the horse and destroyed Troy, and that's how they won over Troy.
Okay.
It's like a battle strategy.
Right. So, and then how about which country?
I forgot.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Greek.
Greek chair.
Okay, Greece.
Yeah, Greek.
Yeah, chair. It's from Greek.
It's from Greece and which people?
Oh my God.
What does it say?
And
What do you see?
there are total 30 soldiers in that horse.
Of course. Okay, and then? What did you see more?
Yeah, still reading, chair.
Oh, okay, stay reading. Great. Becca, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Today you just only get up before the class because your logo set like that. Lami,
Yes, sir.
are you reading?
Yes,
Sorry.
yes, sir. I stay reading.
Okay, still reading. And then how much? What do you see about the Trojan horse?
And the teacher and the city they trick and attack is nowadays is in Turkey.
Okay, great. And then Greek and which people they fought each other at the time?
The people of Troy.
Yeah, try, right? Of course it is. So let download and then send it to me. Let's see what is it. Yes, the picture. Okay.
Oh,
Okay, great.
yeah, their plan is very impressive.
Yeah, what is their plan? What is their plan?
Now,
Yeah.
I mean, and to pretend like a pig, you know. Then at night they like attack the city and conquer easily.
Of course it is. You know, that's we call that, you know, the strategy. Better strategy, right?
Yeah, the Greeks are, very dirty, and cunning. Yeah,
Very
kind
cunning.
of, yeah, cunning. Yeah,
Yeah,
cunning.
cunning. Yeah. Why do you say so?
Because like after a peace agreement, both parties already agree not to attack each other anymore, and they are in a peace treaty. But
Yeah.
not even a day between a peace treaty. Like they attack at night. Yeah. They already planned the strategy way before they made a peace agreement.
Yeah.
That's why they are cunning.
They are dishonest, you mean that?
Not really, but in order to win a war, we can't fight fairly. We must fight in dirty ways. So I call them smart.
Yes, right.
And I don't know why they were very greedy to take that tiny city. It's just a normal, ordinary, and small city.
Yeah.
And I feel sorry for the citizens of the Throne City.
Of course it is. They are really pretty, right? They are really pretty. Yes. Okay. So can you see the screen I shared?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. So for there, let's discuss about some things, right? Okay, we don't discuss about the scene set. Okay, so I want to ask you, I want to ask you the title under general organization. The last question, how is the story concluded? Is anyone who wants to answer that?
Like they achieve the mission of conquering the city of Rome.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. And then next one is telling the story. And in this story, what information is given?
And to take the city.
About how the city of Troy was fallen and defeated by the Greeks.
Mm.
That's why Greece and Turkey are still enemies till now.
Okay, right. And then is there anyone who wants to add in more about it? Neto, Elvin, Lynn, Hong Kong, Taka.
Yeah, I think they have already discussed for analogy.
Yeah, whatever it is, you can discuss as well. Okay, great. And then, okay, so Lynn, I think you have already read about it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so how is interest created? How is interest created?
I think it's all about the better strategies.
Mm-hmm. So you think, is that fair?
Yes, Jay, this is fair.
Mm.
Because wait. Because the people of the Tri-City have been surrounding the Greek peoples for over 10 years, and the Greek people should do this for their business or yeah.
Of
Because
course.
the Tri-City is around the Greek peoples. So the Greek have no contact with the other countries or like that, so they should do that.
Okay, right. And then there is a proverb, right? There is no fair love and war, right?
Yes, yeah.
Of course. Uh-huh. So Sule,
Yes, Chair.
can you answer what is the order of events?
Chair, I don't know what the meaning of that.
What is the order of event means that it's usually it is using with the what order? Chronological order or sequential or what is it? Chronological order is one after another.
Yes.
Yes. Thank
I
you.
think it's a sequential trend.
Oh, okay. Sequential.
And also, I want to know about that. How people can breed in that horse?
You know, when they make it, there may be, some little gap. I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Asian people, right? The Greek, especially Greek people, and then they are very strong enough.
Yes.
Even for us, if we cannot breathe about maybe a minute, we felt very suffering, right? But for
Yes.
them, they are very strong. They are strong enough people, right? That's why. Okay. Yes, thank you. And then, so now next one, what I want you to do is number one, with your partner, discuss what you know about the story of, yeah, that is, we have already discussed that, right? And then look at the picture and prompts to help. Okay, so here, picture 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? So what I want you to do is, please look at the picture And after that, you have to rewrite the sentences. Okay, please do it right now. It's here one picture, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, only just 6 picture, right? So please look at 6 picture, and for each picture, you would see the words. Okay, you would see the lexical words in each pictures beneath, right? So look at that, and after that, make sentences. Are you okay?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, thank you. How about Lynn, Nitu, Lami, okay?
Yes, teacher, I do.
Yeah, okay, thank you so much. Yeah. So now please do it. So I will turn off the screen sharing, right?
It's okay, teacher.
Okay, great. Hello, Nikan, are you there?
Yes, sir. I'm here, sir.
Okay, thank you. Now your friends are rearranging the sentences. How about you?
Yes, sir. I'm re
Okay, please do it right now. Let me know if you're there. Hello? Please stand. Hello, are you there?
Not yet, Chair.
Okay. Elvin?
Not yet, Chair.
Mm-hmm. Hello, Elvin, are you there?
Yes, Chair.
Can you see when I share the screen?
Yes, Chair.
Oh, okay, so can you see right now? Because it said that participant can now see your application. Can you see it?
Yes.
Okay.
Now I can see clearly, Chair. The file in the private group is not clear, Chair.
Yeah. So which one were you? Number 1, 2, 3, 4.
Number 4, Chair.
4, okay, here 4. And if you're done, can you tell me, right? So I'll keep on number 5 or 6.
Yes, Chair.
Hello, Ling, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm still doing that. Almost done.
Okay, yes, great. Elvin, are you doing number 4?
Yes, Chair. I finished.
Okay, so now 5 and 6.
Yes.
Yeah, Nito, the question you asked is correct.
Yes, teacher.
Yeah, are you done?
No, teacher, I'm still writing.
Elvin Dan?
Yeah, almost, yeah.
Okay, great. Yanzo? Sule?
Chair, I'm at number 6, Chair.
Okay, great. Yes. Hello, how about you?
Chair, almost done, Chair.
Okay, great. Neto?
Yeah, can you show me the second again, please?
Oh, okay, so which number?
6, Chair.
Number 6?
Yes, yes.
Okay, yes. Okay, can I see your work right now? So let me know who is Dan. Hello. Little, Mami, Slack.
Yes, and almost then, I'm writing number 6. A little bit.
Okay. Yes. How about Little?
No, teacher. I'm still writing.
Are you done?
No,
Not yet. So which picture do you need more?
I'm right now. I'm writing number 3.
Oh, number 3. Okay. So Lami, how about you?
Sure, I finished it.
Okay. So if you're done, can you take a photo and send it to me?
Yeah, I'm done on number 3.
Yeah, no problem. Okay. So how about Sule?
Yes, teacher, I'm done.
Okay, thank you. Can you take a photo and then send it to me? Please send it to me on the Vibers group, right?
Okay, teacher.
Yeah, okay. And then Elvin?
I'm rewriting again. I
Why?
I miss a lot.
Okay.
Okay, so
Yeah, so how about Lynn?
Yeah, I'm almost done, just 2 or 3 sentences.
Okay, great. And Gao?
done, Chair.
Then, okay, so can you send it to me, your work?
Chair.
Great. Okay, great. Right, Sule here. Mhm. Lami, I cannot see. Hello, Lami, are you there?
Sure, why?
I cannot read number 1, and you can look at it, right? You can look at your photo. I cannot read the first photo very clearly.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
I will try.
Yeah, for the first photo, the second one is fine. Number 4, 5, 5, 6 is okay. I can read it. I think so. Yes, I'm gone. Can't, right? The great army camped near the fire. Okay, great. Yeah, Lami. Yes, thank you, Lami. I now I see it. Okay. So I think I should stop here for the writing. And thank you so much. And for some people, if they haven't done, then you can finish up tonight and then please send it to me, okay?
Teacher, I don't think you can read my writing.
Why?
Because it looks really bad.
Where is it?
I haven't sent yet, Chair. I'm taking a photo of that right now.
Okay, yes. Then after I see it, then and I will tell you is that I can read or not. So let's check who is Dan. Kong Khan is Dan, Lamin is Dan. And then next one is Sule. Yes. So Lynn, Alvin, Nicho, Long Long. Yeah, I think we should stop writing here because I want to go to the lessons right now. Hello. Okay, later on's one. Let's see. Oh, the doctor's handwriting.
No, Chair, I'm not gonna be a doctor.
But it looks like a doctor's handwriting. Greek army had camped the city of Troy. The Greek king on this got a good idea and they decided to go huge. Okay, great. Yeah, I can read it. I can read Lento.
Thanks, Chair.
Yes, you're welcome. So now let's start the lessons on, okay, let's go to page number 108. Hi everyone, are you ready now? Let's go to page number 108.
Yes, Chair.
Okay, thank you. On page number 108, you would see the test 7F. Okay, okay, let's read the poem. Alvin.
Yes.
Are you done?
What do you mean, Chair?
I mean, have you done your writing?
Not yet, Chair.
Okay, so you can keep on yeah after the class, right?
Yes.
So can you read the poem on page number 108?
Chair, or
Yes.
okay. I met Ozymandias.
Yeah.
I met a traveler from an antique land who said, "Two vast and trackless legs of stone stand in the desert. Near them on the sand, half sank a shattered visage lines, whose frown and wrinkled lip and sneer of cool comment tell that its sculptor will those passions which she has survived, stamped on these lifeless things, the hand that mocked them, and the heart that fed. And on the pedestal these works appear. My name is Ozymandias, King of Kings.
Yeah.
Look on my works, ye mighty and the spare. Nothing besides remains, wrong and decay of that colossal work. Boundless and bare, the low and level stands stretched far away.
Okay, thank you. Great. Okay, let's give applause to Alvin. Yes,
Sir, excuse me, but what are we doing right now? I just came into class back again, sir.
Thanks for your coming back, right? So now we'll go into page number 108 and reading the poem.
Oh, okay, so thank you.
Yeah. Okay, let's see the pronunciation. Ozymandias. How would you pronounce that?
Ozyman. see.
Yeah. Can you check in Google?
It's Ozymandias.
Okay, Ozymandias.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ozymandias.
Okay, Ozymandias. Okay, Ozymandias and Antique. How would you pronounce? Antiqueu? Is that so? Antiqueu?
Antique.
Yeah, of course, antique, right? Not Antiqueu. Antiqueu is not here. Okay, maybe she is. Maybe she is at her house. Right. So you have to pronounce Antique is antique. Right. And next one is Visage. Hello. How would you pronounce?
Which one? Which one, Jay?
How would you pronounce Visage?
Fast. Oh, excuse me, Jay. Could you repeat it, Jay?
Visage is at line number 4.
And visage.
Visage. Chair.
How would you pronounce it? Visage or visage?
Visage.
Sorry?
Visage, Jay. Visage.
Okay, great. Visage, antique, Ozymandias, and then next one is okay, visage, right? And then next one is yeah, that's it. Okay, right. So Ozymandias, I met a traveler from an antique land who said, 2 vast and trackless legs of stone stand in the desert near them on the sand. Half sank a shadow visage lines who frown, and wrinkled lip and sneer of a cold comment. Tell that its scalper will wear those passions read, which yet survive stamped on these lifeless things. The hand that mocked them, and the heart that. And on the pedestal these words appear. My name is Ozymandias and Kings of Kings. Look at my works, yeah, mighty, and despair. Nothing beside remains. Round the decay of that colossal wreck, boundless and bare, the lone and level sense that stretch far away. Okay, such kind of poem is called that sonnet. Do you see the explanation of sonnet on page number 109?
Yes.
Okay, so we call that sonnet. Okay, so you don't need to understand all the paragraphs and under the title of sonnets. You need to understand is that the sonnets is the kind of poem and which is written with 14 lines. That's it. Okay. If I speak in Burmese, if I explain in Burmese, ဒီ sonnet ဆိုတဲ့ကဗျာအမျိုးအစားကကျတော့ဘယ်လိုသိထားရမလဲဆိုလို့ရှိရင်ကဗျာလေးတွေရေးတဲ့အခါမှာသူက14 line ပါရမယ်အဲ့ဒီကဗျာမှာဆိုရင် line 14 line ပါတယ်အဲ့လိုဆိုပြီးတော့ line 14 line နဲ့ဖွဲ့စည်းထားတဲ့ကဗျာတွေကို sonnet လို့ခေါ်တယ် right ဒီလောက်သိထားလို့ရှိရင်ရပြီ right okay Yeah, no? Okay, so now let's go to page number 110. Sule, can you read the poem on page number 110 from all the men to jealous in honor, certain and quick in quarrel?
Yes, Chair, I can. All the walls a stage, and all the men and women merely players. They have their exits and their entrances. And one man in his time plays many parts. His acts being 7 ages. At first in the infant, mewling and cooking perking in the nurse's arms. Then the whining schoolboy with his satchel and shining morning face, creeping like a snail and willingly to school. And then the lover, sighing like furnace, with a woeful bullet made to his mistress' eyebrow. Then a soldier, full of strange arts and bearded like the part, jealous in honor, sudden and quick in quarrel.
Okay, thank you. Great. Yes. This time, who want to read? Let me know on YouTube. Alvin, Uncle, Yenzo.
Acha, I want to read. But
Okay.
where do I start, Cha?
You have to start from seeking the bubble reputation.
Seeking the bubble reputation, even in the canon's mouth. And then the justice, in fair round belly with a good cabin line, with eyes severe and beard of formal cut, full of wise sauce and modern instances. And so he plays with his part, the sixth age shifts into the lean and slippered pantaloon, with spectacles on nose and pouch on side. His youthful hose well saved, a world too wide for his shrunk sank, and his big manly voice, turning again toward childish treble, pipes and whistles in his sound, less seen of all that ends this strange eventful history, is second childishness and mere oblivion, sans teeth, sans eyes, sans taste, sans everything.
Okay, thank you. Great. Actually, no, this story is very interesting. And in this story, you would see 7 stages of a person, right? So this story is writing about a person's lives from the beginning to the end, right? So, okay, here you see that some of the synonyms, some of the words that is explaining. If you see pot, that is leopard. Justice mean judge, and kapun mean chicken. Swords mean sayings. Do you see those words?
Yes, Chair, at the end of
Okay. The poem, right? Okay, so instance is example. Pantaloon is H buffoon. Horse is trousers. Shank is lower leg. Tremble is high pitched voice, and then sand is without. So without teeth, without eyes, without taste, without everything. Okay? So I'll give you 2 minutes again. Please read the poem again, and there are how many stages? Okay, how many stages of a person? You mentioned that. Hello, do you understand what I mean?
Yes, Chair, and that's why I'm doing it right now, Chair.
Okay, thank you. So please read the poem again, and after that, you have to look for how many stages is describing in the poem of a person's life. Have you finished?
What are we doing right now? I just came back.
Oh, okay. So now your friends are reading page number 110 picture. Sorry, 110 poems, right? And after that, they are looking for, my question is that how many stages are describing of a person's life here?
Yes, Chair.
Okay. You have to read the poem. Is there anyone who has got the answer?
No.
Lalo, you don't get any answer yet?
Yeah, I get and about 3 or 4 points, but I don't get the end. I
Okay.
get the end. I don't get the middle of the poem.
Okay, yes, right. So how many stages of a person's life there?
And I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6.
Okay, 6. Yeah, okay. So let's note it down your win. Lami, Nature, Elvin, Uncle. Lami, how many stages do you see?
7.
7. Okay. Let's note it down. Uncle cat, Uncle.
I'm still finding.
Still looking for it. Elvin?
I only saw 5.
You only saw 5, okay. So
Chair, 6.
6. Okay. Actually, 7 ages, 7 stages, right? I would tell you the answer is 1, 2, 3, 4th line. Do you see? His acts being 7 ages. Hello, do you see that?
Yes, Chair, I
So,
saw it.
by the way, Chair, what does the stages mean, Chair?
Hmm? Yeah, where does the pages? You mean the page number?
I mean, Chair, the stage. What does the stage mean, Chair?
Oh, the stage means that, that's it. The question is not here, but only just I ask myself. The stages, yeah, I will tell you the detail, right? But the answer is only just here 1, 2, 3, 4, 4th line. His acts being 7 ages. 7 ages mean this is not talking about, how should I say, one person age. It means that 7 stages of a person life. And you can see the picture in the Vibers group as well, and then I sent it to you.
No, Chair, I mean, what does a stages mean?
I would
a
tell
stage,
you.
yeah.
Yeah, well, we will discuss this later, okay?
Oh, yes, Chair.
Yeah. Okay, the first one is infant. Do you see that word?
Yes, Chair, at
Yes,
the end
Chair.
of the whole line.
Okay, of course. And then next one is schoolboy.
Yes, I see.
Okay, third one is a lover.
Yes.
Yes.
Right, and then fourth one is a soldier.
Yes.
Yeah, and the fifth one is justice.
Yes.
Right, and then sixth one is like a lean and slipper, like a pantaloon, bandage.
Oh, I didn't think there is that age.
Yeah,
It's
so you can see above that. Above that, you can see sit age. You see that?
Yes, I see, teacher.
Above that, before that sentence, right? Before that sentence, you see he plays his part, the sit age shifts into the lean, right? And the last one is turning again toward childish travel to sense teeth, sense eye, sense taste, sense everything. Okay, that is, the finer parts of a human's life. Okay, and you can compare with the picture that I sent it to you. The first one is infant, schoolboy, and after that he has got a lover. And next one is soldier. Third one becomes justice, and then sixth age, and then the lean one, and after the last one is the oldest generation. Okay, you got it?
Yes, okay.
Okay, right. Okay, I will tell you, I will send it to you, the explanation about that poem. Where is it? A moment, please. Okay, let's see. Can you open the file I sent?
Yes, I can.
Right. So you can see the detailed explanation of the 7 stages, right? So infancy, line 5 and 6, boyhood, 7 and 9, adolescent, like a teenage, 9 to 11, 9 to 11, and youth, 11 to 15, middle ages, 15 to 19, old ages, 19 to 25, the last time, death is 25 to 28. Do you see that?
Yes.
Right. Okay, so do you see any question about that poem? Do you have any questions about that poem?
No, chair.
No, right. Okay, so I think we have already done unit 7, and let's do workbook. I'll give you as homework, okay, for workbook. Yeah, please go to workbook and page number 45, time and history. Are you still there?
Yes, chair.
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you. So for page number 45, what I want you to do is 46, number 3. I think that one is not much familiar with you. That's why you need to do it. That is homework, right? Number 3, and then 4, and 48, 6. Okay.
Chair 3 and 2.
Okay, I will type it down. Homework is workbook Page number 46. 46, 3, and 47, 4. And the next one is 48, 6. Are you okay? 46, 3, 47, 4, and 48, number 6.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. So that's for your homework, right? And then now let's go to the test book on page number 64.
Chair, I will submit them on next year, Chair.
Okay, thank you for your next year. But don't take a long time, right?
She just make a good me, Chair.
Wait.
I mean, she made a good me.
Why?
I mean a joke, Chair.
Okay, are you on page number 64 now?
Yes, Chair.
Yeah, did you learn that title with teacher Wayne? Not yet.
I don't know, Chair.
And
Because I absent it on that day.
oh, okay. So how about others? Let Elvin.
Do you mean other lives? Other life? Yeah.
Yeah, other lives. Yeah.
Yeah, we have learned it.
You have already learned it?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, great. So you mean that the chapter is already done?
I'm not sure.
Oh my God. You have learned with your teacher and then you forgot it. Oh my God.
The chapter is not done yet, Chair.
Yeah?
Only we finished at page number 71.
Oh, okay. So let me make sure that, have you learned about water? Chapter 3. Hello?
Yes, Chair, we're done.
Okay, so let me make sure that chapter 1, fire is done. Chapter 3, water is done. Chapter 5, other life is now still working. You mean like that? On process, right?
Yes.
Okay, so now I want to go to chapter 8, exotic places. Okay, let's go to exotic places. So exotic places is on page number 111. Okay. Are you on page number 111?
Yes, Chair.
Yes, Chair.
Yes. Yeah. So, and we can say that page number 111 is like a trouble one, and then trouble 2, trouble 3, like that, right? So let's do activity. Okay, let's do introduction about the activities 1. My question is, what places do you think of as being far away of the tourist routes and where people rarely visit? Okay, so can you answer my question? What places do you think of as being far away and off the topics routes and where people rarely visit? Do you know those places?
Chair, it's Afghanistan. Chair. No one visit now.
No. I don't mean in our country.
Or in our country and
Sorry, yes. Sorry, I mean in our country. Is there any rare places that tourists rarely visit there? Is there any?
Some of the places in Chin region.
Okay. Okay, some of the places in Chin region. Yes, that's it. Okay, how about others? Long Long, Lammy, Angkong, Elvin, Nito. Can you think of the places?
Share. Pudao.
Okay, Pudao. Yeah.
And some of the Warsaw.
Oh, okay, the word zone, yes. And then Elvin.
Rakhine.
Rakhine, yes. In which place?
The place near Bangladesh.
You mean the borderline?
Yes, yes.
Okay, yes. Angkong.
I don't know.
Yeah. What is your answer?
I don't know.
You don't know. Okay, that's great. Nito.
I have no idea.
Oh my God. Yeah, and then Lame.
I think Tashi.
Oh, Tanentashi. Okay, you better say that. I think the places in Tanendari region, right? Tanendari is
Yes.
right. Okay. Yes. And then number B, where would you choose to go and why if you would go to a remote place? Okay, that question is interesting. Elvin, let's start from Elvin. Elvin, where would you choose to go?
Is it in Myanmar?
Okay, so you have got freedom. Where will you go? Maybe in Myanmar or out of Myanmar. You can mention as you like.
I don't know. I have no idea yet.
So how about Myanmar?
I would prefer some like silence place and like the air is fresh and nobody is there, only me. The Sweden, yes.
Okay, nobody is there, only me, but only then. Maybe if you go that such kind of place, you would see the wild animal.
Yes, and then such how can I say like cows and like that.
Okay, if so, you can go to the field, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So how about Lolo? Where would you choose to go?
Maybe talk because it's a remote place with nobody. Only a few people lives there, and the world view maybe not as a ghost city. Yeah, with a
Okay.
very wide road.
Oh yeah, of course it is. And then Sule, how about you?
Sure, I don't understand the meaning of remote place.
Remote place means very far from your home.
I will choose again Chin region. Actually, I really wanted to go there since I was young because I love the weather and the beautiful places from that. But the transportation is really difficult to go.
Of course. And then the flower in Chen State is also beautiful, right? So we call that salad banner, right? Salad flower is also famous one for Chen State.
Yes, I've never been to there, but I really wanted to go till now, Jen.
Yeah, you will have a chance one day.
Yes.
Okay, Yes. How about you, Lami?
Yeah, sure. I will choose to go Shan State.
Okay, Shan State. Where in Shan State? Shan State has many places.
Uh, south.
Okay, so you mean that's south of Shan?
Yes.
Okay, great. Yes, and then Hong Kong.
Chernobyl by.
Sorry? Hong Kong, I didn't hear your answer. What is it?
Chernobyl. Chernobyl.
Oh, okay. Yes. Why do you want to go there?
Because there, I want to know what happened.
Okay, you too.
I would like to go to Bermuda Triangle, please.
Sorry?
Teacher, I would like to go to Bermuda Triangle.
Why?
Because I believe that there is a place that no one knew. Yeah, that's why I want to go.
Oh, okay. Yes. For my last question is, do you think global traveling and communication are having beneficial effect on places or not? Okay, for example, in our country, the global traveling and communications are becoming developed, right? So if it is developed, is it beneficial effect to that place or not?
Yes. Because we could get a foreign money like dollar.
Okay, yes, great. Yeah, that's its benefit. And then is there any disadvantages?
And I think no.
Oh, you think no, right? Okay, so how about others? Is there any advantages and disadvantages of global traveling tourism?
Chair, I think there's no disadvantages. Like we have some advantages, like we can know their cultures, and like even though we don't know the language they say, but
Yes.
when we go there, we know some like slams like hello, like, and then some knowledges about them and some about that countries.
Of course it
And
is,
so
right?
if we're going to study abroad and also live in that country, or just go and stay there.
Of course it is, right? So how about others? Lami, Angkong, Ito, and Elvin? Lami, how about you?
Yeah, sure.
Yes, how about you?
Sure, I still thinking.
Disadvantages and advantages is not much difficult. Why you are still thinking?
I don't know the questions mean.
You mean advantages and disadvantages mean that, if there is a global travel and tourism in maybe some places like a Chin state or maybe like a Nepali or somewhere else, is there advantages and disadvantages at that place?
Yeah, sure, I got it.
Yeah. What kind of advantages and disadvantages?
In a same state or other.
As you like.
The advantages of same state is
yeah, what kind of advantage can we get?
Have many traditional food.
Of course, yeah. So you can see that many traditional food can be sold to the travelers, tourists, yes. And then, so if so, they can get money, right? The local people will get will improve their income, right? Okay, and then
Disadvantages.
yes, what is this? What can be disadvantages?
The disadvantages is the weather of Shan State is very cool.
Okay. Great. Yes. Thank you so much for your participating for today. Okay, so I think now we have to pause the class right now. So next homework, I have already uploaded, I have already written in the group. Next homework is reading assignment, page number 111, trouble 1 to 112, test 8A. Oh my God, Elvin is scary. Oh my God. Don't scare me, right? Okay. So page number 111 and 112, you would see that test 8A, right? Please read it, that one, and there would be some new vocabulary, right? So you have to look for the definition about that, right?
Yes, Chair.
Yeah. Any question? So you have to got 2 homeworks, right?
No, Chair.
Yeah. And then then another thing I would like to remind is, please pass this information to your friends who absent today, right?
Yes, yeah, we will.
Okay. Thank you. So bye-bye today. Happy New Year.
Right, Chair. Thank you, Chair.
Happy New Year.
Yeah,
Okay, bye-bye.